Everyone, good afternoon. So if you can hear me loud and clear, can you just chat? Good afternoon. Yan. So we'll start in a few minutes. Kwentuhan muna tayo, bago tayo magsimula. So I wanna make sure that, you guys are okay, narinig niyo ako. So if you can chat, no? Good afternoon. Yan. Or reacts, no? Yan. Or reacts, no? Okay, ayan. So if you can raise your hand. Oh, the chat is disabled daw. Sige. Oh, reacts na lang. Okay. Thank you so much. So we will be using different things today, right? No, kahit webinar tayo, we want this to be interactive. So we have chat, Q&A, and polls, right? So before we start, magpapakilala muna ako. Okay? Para later, tuloy-tuloy na tayo sa ating webinar. So, hi guys, I'm Rafael Bustamante. You can call me Pael. So, I'm a wealth trainer here in COL Financial. So, I work closely with our chairman, Edward Lee. So, for those who follow him, right? So, I work closely with him and we really do this advocacy and really bring to Filipinos the stock market, right? How to get started with your investing journey, how to get your finances right. So thank you so much for being here. No, palakpakan yung sarili niyo. So sabihin mo sa sarili mo na ang galing mo na nandito ka. Ayan, no? So whenever that you can chat already, right? Our admin team is just fixing our settings. So let's start in a few minutes. Right? There you go. Yan, shout out kay Alvin na unang nag-chat. Yan, hello. So yan, if you can hear me loud and clear, yan, chat kayo dyan ng good afternoon. Yan, pwede rin hello. Yan, good afty. Gusto ko yung energy. Ayan. Alright. So, para lang hindi kayo maligaw, no? Para sure kayo, you are in our webinar, Unlocking the Investor's Mindset, Smart Habits Towards Investing Success. Ayan. Oh, meron taga Abu Dhabi. Hello, Chona. Ayan, good afternoon. So, we had also an event there. No? So, abangan nyo. Sometimes we have events, right? So, from Dubai, sometimes dyan yung chairman natin pupunta dyan. Oy, may from Dubai. Ayan, good afternoon. Okay, sige. Ayan, so since we are 120,000 participants, are you ready? Ready na ba kayo, guys? Are you ready to learn today? And yan, gusto ko yung energy. Ayan, so chat ready if ready na kayo. Okay, let's get started. Okay? Ayan. So, I'll be sharing my screen and let me know if you can see it. Okay, screen share is loading. All right. So you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna fix it lang for you guys. So feel free, guys, to take notes. You can screenshot. You can, you can comment. You can chat. All right. So can you see my screen? Okay, can you see my screen? A thumbs up na lang if you nakikita nyo, or you can chat yes of yes. Okay, very perfect. All right. So again, let me just introduce myself. I'm Rafael Bustamante. I'm a wealth trainer here in COL. So I've been investing in the markets ever since 6, 7 years ago. So I opened my first COL account. I started in COL. When I started my investing journey, I attended yung mga free webinars. So guys, when you start your investing journey, ang daming webinars ni COL, ang daming resources. Please utilize it. So when I started my investing journey, it was with COL, and then I studied the markets, and then after that, I leveled up my my journey. So I went into trading. I traded different financial markets, not just the PSE, but other global markets as well. So I'm also a finance content creator. So I'm really an advocate for financial literacy for young people, because I really believe that, if we want the Philippines to level up, we really need to invest in our future generation, right? So I really, with our chairman and our department here in COL, we really go out to schools to talk about these things, right? Because sa Philippines, hindi naman madalas pinag-uusapan yung pera, no? Minsan, malungkot pa nga na pinag-uusapan yung pera pag may problema lang. So we want to change that conversation, right? So thank you so much for being here. So if you have any needs with your financial life, just let us know. Hopefully here in COL, we can really help you level up your financial journey, especially your investing journey. So again, welcome guys. to our session for today, Unlocking the Investor's Mindset, Smart Habits Towards Investing Success. So throughout this webinar, we want to make it interactive, and we'll be asking some questions using the poll, and you can ask questions to us as well. So feel free to use our chat, our Q&A tab, and answer as well sa ating poll question. So first question, right? How would you describe your financial journey? Just so we can get a feel of the room kung nasa na ba tayo, right? Because at least our conversation would put into context, right? So you can chat there, or you can answer the poll, right? The first one is I need to pay off my debts. The second one is I'm building my savings account. 3 is I'm looking extra ways to earn. And the fourth one is I want to start my investing journey. So, and thank you so much, guys. No, so we have 60 people. So please, if you have, let's make use of this 1 hour. You're already here. Let's make the most out of it. So, ayan. So if we can share our poll, right? So around 10%, sabi nila yung I need to pay off my debts. So throughout this journey, right, we're gonna be talking about habits na ano ba yung mga sometimes kasi hindi lang how it's the why, it's the mindset that we need to also address. 35% said I need to build my savings account. So that's really good. So here in COL, we also teach na parang even if you save, how can you make your money work for you? How can you make your savings work for you? So we have different products for that we're going to be talking about today as well. So looking for extra ways to earn, 60%. Right? So 60% here are looking for extra ways to earn. So sabi nga, if you watch our commercial, sabi ng mentor ko, no, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And investing in the stock market, right, having dividends is another extra way to earn. 48%, I want to start my investing journey. So at least majority of us here are already, looking for diversification. And for those who need to pay off their debts and looking for their building a savings account, I hope this webinar would be a good foundation for you to be empowered and really go for that, right? Because that's the goal, right? Hindi lang naman puro tayo invest. We really need to lay a proper foundation. So thank you so much for attending this webinar. So all right, thank you guys. So if you can look at the results, yeah. So let's get started. So if you have any questions, right, we also have a Q&A tab. So if you can see the Q&A tab right beside the chat, if you can test it out, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to submit a question, but if you have one question that you want to be answered, right? You have isang tanong na gusto mong masagot, right? Yung curious question mo about the markets or about investing, please put it down sa Q&A. Right? We have the team here, so I'm not only by myself, I'm also joined by the COL sales team that would gladly help you answer those curiosities about investing, answer those questions about how to grow your money. So if you can see the Q&A tab, yung mga kanina may nagtanong na, right? Feel free. So if there is one question that you want to be answered in this webinar, what would it be? Yeah, so feel free to write it down in our Q&A section. All right, so this we will have a Q&A session later after the discussion. So Lizelle, maybe you could chat it sa ating Q&A portion, but don't worry, later we're gonna be talking about that as well. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I want to share to you guys a very interesting fact, no? Na when a 25-year-old reaches 60 today, okay, now maybe we come from different ages of life, no? Yung mga may mga maybe iba dito retiring, may mga iba dito magpapakasal pa lang, may iba dito fresh grad, right? So just an interesting fact that I want to share to everyone here. But a 25-year-old reaches 60, I'll give you options. X% will be wealthy, X% will be financially independent, X% will need to work. So we have a poll over here that ano yung sa tingin nyo? Ano yung distribution nung percent na yan? Wala nyo lang. Just guess. Right? Okay, so you have 3 options over there, right? You have siguro 5% dyan wealthy, 10% independent, 15% nag-work pa kahit 60 years old. Right? 1% over there is wealthy, 4% independent, 5% still needs to work. Or 1% lang yung wealthy, 10% yung independent, financially independent, and then 10% has to work. I thank you so much for your answers. So let's check it out. Okay, tignan natin. what do you think will happen? So feel free to keep on answering or participate. Don't worry, participate. Participate. So here, I'll share it to you guys. So only 1% will be wealthy. Meaning ito, yung sobrang daming pera. Diba? Yung, as in, kung gusto yung bumili ng kotse bukas, bibili siya ng kotse. 4% will be financially independent, meaning that they could live day to day without even working. So they live off their investments, they live off maybe their passive income, their savings. 4% will be financially independent, yung mga 60 years old, yung mga nag-retire na. And then 5% will still need to work. This is according to LIMRA, so one of the insurance studies in the United States, right? So even 60 years old, 5% will need to work. And then, sadly, 27% will be dead. No? Nakakalungkot kasi 60, pag may kaibigan kayo ng 100 doon na magkakasabay kayo, baka 27% yan, 27 doon, mamatay na. But fortunately, right, we're seeing studies that our lifespan is growing and growing. So, tumatagal tayo, no? Yung buhay natin. Kaya health is wealth, guys. The reason why we talk about these things is so that maalis natin yung stress, kasi stress, no? Nakakapatay yan. Yeah, we wanna reduce that and we wanna prepare for our future, right? We wanna prepare when we retire. But let me ask you this, may kulang. Hindi siya buong 100%. What happens to the 63%? Any guess? Maybe you can chat. What do you think? 67, no? Meron ba kayong lucky guess dyan? Let me tell you this. The 63%, the remaining 63% will be broke. A moment of silence. Because this number is real, guys. Meron ba kayong kilala na retire na umaasa sa parents, na or meron ba dito mga sinusuportahan yung retired parents nila? Diba? 63% will be broke. You know, the sad reality here in the Philippines is that, narinig niyo na ba yung nag-aanak para may mag-alaga sa kanila pagtanda? Mag-aanak ako ng madami para pagtanda ko may mag-aalaga sa akin. That's a sad, sad reality, and that should not be the case, right? The fact that you are here in this webinar is an opportunity for you to take control of your financial life, that you can stop the toxic cycle. I'm not saying na wag niyo alagaan yung parents, no? Of course, when I grow old, of course, I wanted to take good care of my parents and give back to the beautiful life that they gave me, right? But in the first place, how can you take good care of your parents if sarili mo hindi mo nga na alagaan? Be the case, right? The fact that you are here in this webinar is an opportunity for you to take control of your financial life, that you can stop the toxic cycle. I'm not saying na wag niyo alagaan yung parents, no? Of course, when I grow old, of course, I wanted to take good care of my parents and give back to the beautiful life that they gave me, right? But in the first place, how can you take good care of your parents if sarili mo hindi mo nga na alagaan? Because what happens, majority of Filipino families, is that yung may naganak, siya mag-aalaga sa, yung anak yung mag-aalaga sa parent. Tapos, pag nag-apo, yung apo na mag-aalaga doon. Tapos, hindi na nakaipon para sa sarili niya. And that's a sad reality of this. Who wants sinong gusto dito? Can you chat? Do you want to be broke or do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be part of the 1% or do you want to be part of the 63%? Can you chat it down? And that's the reason why we're here. Because it's a sad reality, guys. Right? Sabi nga nila, rat race, we're in this rat race and sometimes we're just merely a number. The reason why we talk about these things is because we did not talk about these things when we were having our conversations with our parents, when we were in school. That's the reason why we talk about this here. It's not yet too late to take control of your financial journey. So let's take a move on. Let's move on, because the problem is there's a lack of understanding about money. Diba? Exa sandwich generation. Sino nakaka-relate dito na pinag-uusapan niya lang yung pera pag may problema? Sino dito nakaka-relate? Ako nakaka-relate ako doon. Na napansin ko, parang nag-uusap lang kami ng parents ko pag may problema lang. Luckily, right? Luckily kami yung family na we are prepared. Yung mga pag may problema, hindi sa amin. Yung problema nung pinsa namin, problema ng tita namin, problema ng uncle ko, right? And that's a sad thing. Sabi ko, di ba? Pag naghihingi, parang pag-uusapan nyo lang yung pera pag, anak, pwede magpadala ka naman kasi mag-e-enroll na si Bunso, magaganyan na. Kailangan na magbayad ng ganito, kailangan na magbayad ng ganito. right? The reason why we went into this and not just investing kagad is because we want to address this thing na hindi lang siya basta, oh, gawa na tayong pera. There's a much more bigger purpose. The reason why we talk about this, sa aming CUL, we have this mission that every Filipino deserves to be rich. And if we want to be rich, we want to understand in the first place, now what is the thing that makes us rich? It is money, right? Because with money, it helps us have better relationships. With money, it helps us have a better health, right? We can diet more, we can have a better healthcare right, healthcare, a lot of these things, right? So let's talk about these things, right? So thank you so much, guys, for being honest and commenting down, and that's the reason we talk about these things. Now, hopefully, we are the ones that will be part of that 1% and breaks that toxic generation and have these conversations more with the people around us, with our loved ones, right? So we have 3 people. Now, the first one is income minus expenses equals savings. So this is the spender. So kung meron ka nakuha, di ba? Meron ka nakuha, tapos gagastos ka kagad, tapos kung ano natira, savings. Paano pag walang natira? Walang savings. And that's what we call a spender. Ito yung tipong, okay, sweldo na. Diba? Anong una kong bibilhin? Titingin ako sa Shopee, titingin ako sa Lazada. No, 10-10. Right? 9-9, 11-11. Tapos papasko na, 12-12. Right? Na wala na. Imbes na pa napupunta sa savings, napupunta sa checkout. Meron ba mga ganon? Meron ba mga ganito? Ako, when I first started working, sabi ko, kailangan ko muna i-heal yung inner child ko, kaya spender muna ako. Right? Naging spender ako nung first time ko. So, meron ba noon mga spender pa ngayon? Chat kayo dyan. So, the next one is what we have income minus savings, then expenses. Right? So, meron naman na parang pagkakuha nyo, 10-20%, this is what our chairman teaches, na pagkakuha, pagsweldo, magtabi ka muna sa sarili mo, alagaan mo muna yung sarili mo. Right? I know na majority of us, especially OFWs, have a lot of people depending on them. Right? But you cannot take good care of them if you do not take good care of yourself first. So magtabi ka muna. Right? So income minus savings equals expenses. So ito, I really had a hard time when I was, syempre, galing ako spender eh. 'Di ba? Income, sumweldo ko, tapos may ginastos ako, yun lang yung savings ko. Pero ngayon, right, what I'm trying to do is I have my salary, and here in COL we have this what we call easy investment program. So for or PIP, no? So sa amin, yung sa sweldo namin, sabi ko, meron kaming program na maglalagay kami ng amount, diretso na sa COL account. Para hindi ko naisipin, no? Para diretso savings agad, diretsong investment. So this one is what we call saver. The last one is income minus savings and expenses. Savings and investments is equal to expenses. O ito yung tao na income niya, pagkakuha niya, right? Meron siyang patabi for savings, for emergency fund, for liquidity fund, right? Just in case something happens. And then investment, right? In this case, in the stock market, no? Is equals to, and then kung anong matira doon, no? Expenses. This is what I always say in schools, right? Na what's important is not yet how much you put. What's important is the habit that you build. All right? So this one is what we call investor. Right? So who do you think will be meron ulit tayong poll, no? Who do you think will be financially independent and wealthy? Si spender ba? Si saver? Or si investor? Tingin nyo sa mga pinaggagawa nung wealthy, nung financially independent, tingin mo ba nag-save sila? Nag-spend sila? Spender ba sila? Or investor sila? Right? So thank you so much for answering. And the answer is yes, they invested. Think about this, guys. No, I want you to think about it. So if you answered that yes, okay, babalik tayo, no? You said that you want to be wealthy, you want to be part of the financially independent, right? You want to be part of the 5% who has taken control of their financial life, right? That's who you want to be. And take a look at yourself now. Nasaan ba ako? Am I a spender? Am I a saver or am I an investor? If spender ka, right? You said you're a spender now, right? Then how can you work on being towards an investor? Saver ka pero natatakot ka mag-invest kasi may risk. Natatakot ka i-invest yung hard-earned saved money mo, right? But how do you want to be part? How can you be part of the 5% if you don't want to be an investor? All right? So let's take a look. So the reason why we're here, so that we can talk about how to become how to become a successful investor. Right? So thank you so much, guys, for answering. So the reason why we invest, so while saving is great, investing is necessary. So we'll give you 4 reasons. Now, we won't dive into this, but just 4 quick reasons why we go into this. Number 1 is to stay ahead of inflation. Ito yung tipong, yung 100 pesos mo ngayon, iba na yung mabibili mo, mas konti na mabibili mo, no? Iba na yung mabibili mo next year. Right? Nakita nyo yung sibuyas this year? Grabe yung sibuyas, yung naging, yung naging issue natin sa sibuyas nung start of the year. That was super crazy. That's what you call inflation. Right? Next one is to put your money at work. Right? We're so used for working for our money na hindi natin alam paano ba natin pagtatrabahuhin yung pera para sa atin. Right? To reach our financial goals, that's the reason why we invest, so that while we're sleeping, our money works for us, so that in a few years, we can reach our financial goals. And of course, to be financially independent, to be part of that 5%, right? You 4% financially independent, or to be wealthy. So, yeah. So let me share to you a quote of this guy, Robert Kiyosaki. This is one of the people that really opened my eyes in the business world and in the investing world. No? So sabi niya is this one. It's not how much money you make. It doesn't matter if you make 50K, if you make 100K, if you make $500,000, if you make $1 million, right? Because if you make $1 million and then your expenses is $1 million, no, American inflation, American lifestyle inflation, it doesn't matter. It's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep. It starts with saving, right? How hard it works for you investing, and if you want to be part of the 1%, how many generations you keep it for. Okay? So for this webinar, we're going to be focusing on the first 2 first. So how much money can we keep? And then how hard it works for you. And hopefully, right, once we build our portfolio, we can talk about how many generations can we keep it for. Okay? So welcome to our webinar proper, the Rich Investor Mindset. So the reason why, again, guys, we're talking about this is I want to start with this, that at the end of this webinar, you can feel free to screenshot, take notes, and have a conversation with a close friend or with a loved one, with your family member, with your cousin, and usap lang kayo about pera na hindi problema, no, hindi utang, hindi ano, but on how we can grow. How can we fix and how can we improve? How can we grow our investor mindset? Because again, the goal here is really to change that conversation with Filipinos. Kausap ko yung boss ko, no? Kausap ko si chairman. And sabi namin, no, we're noticing that ang daming bata na nagsusugal na. Why? It's because when you look at e-wallets, right? I won't name, but of course, maybe you would know mga e-wallets, right? You would see how easy it is, how accessible it is to gamble your money. Merong bingo, merong color game, merong baccarat, merong sports betting, merong sabong. Students are already gambling at such a young age, their money away. And because they don't know that gambling is bad, they think that when they gamble, they can make money, they can have a lotto mindset, right? It's because we're not talking about it. Sabi nga niya, it's social destruction. And the reason why we're doing this is so that we can build our society financially. All right? And the fact that you're here, hopefully you can do your part and initiate that conversation. Right? First one, habit number 1 is the poor. We have a poor mindset and a rich mindset. The poor mindset is present pleasure first. Gusto ko mag-enjoy. I wanna reward myself. No? But the rich is future financial security first. Right? Kita natin doon, di ba? Si spender, income, spend ka agad because gusto niya mag-enjoy. Present pleasure eh. But the rich, magtatabi muna ako. I'm gonna take good care of myself. I'm gonna make my money work for me. Right? delayed gratification. Ito, nakakatawa when I was in school kasi mga ang dami naka-relate na nag-add to cart pag nakuha yung allowance. So meron ba dito? Actually naka-add to cart na pala. I-check out na lang pagdating ng sweldo. Meron bang mga ganun dito? No? May mga guilty ba no? Guilty as charged. Don't worry, no? We're not judging, but if you can comment na medyo okay yun na. Okay lang yan. Right? Or yung iba naman na instead na mag-save, right? Instead na to be wise with their coffee, no? Pag Starbucks kanina, before ako medyo guilty ako, no? Sabi ko, may webinar ako mamaya, kailangan magising ako. So, after a long time, first time ko ulit mag Starbucks. Yung maliit na drink is already 185. Sabi ko, my gosh, mas mahal pa siya sa lunch ko today. Sabi ko, okay, last time ko na to mag-Starbucks ulit. Right? So yeah, thank you so much, Christopher, for hindi ka nag-iisa. No? So, yeah. So now that you're aware, di ba sabi nga nila, the first step to change is awareness. The fact that you're already aware and you're accepting it, punta tayo sa rich mindset. Right? Habit number 2, the poor chase money. The rich, they chase value. They solve problems. Right? Growing up in the Philippines, it's really normal na study well, go to a good school, study well again, get good grades, go get a job. Right? They chase money. No? You need to chase good grades. Na instead of learning, you don't learn anymore. You just chase the good grades. Kaya anong nangyayari? Nag-cheating, nag-procrastinate, nagkokopyahan. Diba? Because they just chase grades. And ever since, we are programmed to do that. I am guilty of that. Right? And we forgot what's the essence of school. It's to learn. It's to build disciplines. It's to build connections. Right? But in reality, anong nangyayari? Papagalingan na lang. Diba? But the rich, anong ginagawa nila? They chase value. Right? If you wanna be a better employee, hindi lang dapat habol mo yung pera. Dapat habol mo yung value. Right? How can I serve my company better? How can I serve our clients better? Right? And with that, the company, hopefully you're working for a good company and the company sees it and rewards you for that. And not just only that, and because you can build better skills, and with that skills, you can look for a side hustle. Right? Aside from working here in COL, I also manage funds. Right? Mga personal funds na naipon ko throughout the years. Right? I have speaking engagements because of the skills that I build within my company, within this company. Right? I want to bring value. I want to bring value to you. Chase money, chase value. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Businesses is about solving problems. Nakakatawa yung during the weekend, I was with a mentor, no? So sabi niya, he went to this place, no? He went to Siargao. No? Kasi may mga nakapunta na ba ng Siargao dito. Sabi niya, grabe, I fell in love with the place, ganyan, everything, ganda-ganda. Sabi niya, gusto daw niya magnegosyo doon. Sabi ko, ganito, ganyan. May kilala nga ako magnenegosyo doon. Ito yung negosyo niya. So, sinabi ko yung negosyo nung kakilala ko, right? It was a really big plan, looking for investors and everything, raising so much capital. Ganyan, really want to develop Siargao. And sabi niya, simple lang yung gusto kong negosyo, pare. Mainit sa Siargao, tas kulang sila sa yelo. Gusto ko magbenta ng yelo sa Siargao. Sabi ko, grabe. Sobrang negosyante ng tao to. Right? Just solving problems, basic problems. And so that's habit number 2. The poor chase money and the rich, they chase value. They solve problems. Third habit, the poor don't take too much risk. Right? Or won't risk anything. Or risk too much naman. Right? 2 things na ayaw nila mag-risk kasi pinaghirapan ko na to eh. Right? Or savings nila. Sige, mag-risk ako na mag-risk. Kaya nagiging gambling. Right? But in reality, if you take a look at it, lahat naman ng negosyo, lahat naman ng investments, diba? Nagsimula somewhere eh. You need to invest something. If you're not going to invest your capital, you're going to invest your time. You're not going to invest your time, you're going to invest your energy. Right? You need to risk something. It takes money to make money. Yan nga yung sinasabi natin. The rich, they take calculated risks for long-term gains. So this is what we teach as well in COL, or one of the schools in sister company ng COL is Kilom, and one of the framework that they teach, right, when it comes to investing and trading is the FTSR. So fundamental, technical, risk management, and sentiment. And the risk management is the most important part there, right? They take calculated risk. So that's the reason why here in COL, when you first start your, let's say, investing journey, the first thing that they're going to ask you is, what is your risk profile? What is your risk appetite? Because we want to match that risk with your investment journey, right? They take calculated risk, right? And you cannot practice that if you don't risk. Okay, number 4, the poor keep only one source of income, and the rich multiple streams of income. Right? Sabi ko nga, the average is 7. Diba? If it's okay, if you can chat it down below, can you type ilan yung streams of income nyo? If it's okay. Para lang we get the feel of the room. Oh, yeah, no, very good. Merong 3, merong 2, merong 1. Okay? Isa lang. Okay? 2, 3. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. You know, before starting my investing journey and before starting my entrepreneurship journey, ang dami ko talagang sinalihan. Right? Nag-social media marketing ako, nag-MLM ako, nag-networking ako, right now I'm in trading, right? Nag-buy and sell ako, right? Muntik na ako mag-insurance agent, right? I went into sales, nag-real estate rin ako, nag-aral ako mag-real estate, nag-try ako magbenta ng kotse. Halos lahat trinay ko. Right? And you wouldn't really know what you're meant to do if you don't try. So, sabi ko, kaya ako na in love. And the reason why I'm so invested here in the financial markets is because I tried all these other things. And I said na parang, teka, dito ako nag-enjoy. I see myself here. This is what I want to do. I want to help Filipinos get started with the investing journey. Maybe I'm meant for this. It's the reason why I doubled down with this journey. So, okay. Right? Okay. I'll give you. Ito na. We're now living in a world now. We have the internet, and the fact that you're here, you're in Zoom, you have an internet connection. These are the things that you can do, right? These are the things that you can explore. You can do sales. Sa sales pa lang, ang dami. Diba? You can be an insurance agent, mag-networking, MLM, those things. Pwede multiple source of income. The internet, what can you do sa internet? You can do drop shipping. You can be a VA, a virtual assistant, right? You can do buy and sell, right? Ngayon, may TikTok, may Shopee, may Lazada. Dami nag-online selling, daming yumayaman dyan. You can do social media marketing, right? You can be a Facebook advertiser, you can be an Instagram advertiser, TikTok advertiser. Dami pwedeng gawin, right? Or you can be in real estate, diba? You can be an agent, you can be a broker, you can do cars, you can do buy and sell, right? There's so many things. Or you can invest what? You can invest in stocks, right? You can invest in bonds, right? Or you can, if you do flipping if you flip watches, if you flip sneakers, there's so many opportunity, guys. We just need to be really double down. Parang, okay, how can I grow my multiple my income streams, right? Number 5, and the last one is, the poor works for money, but the rich works for them. In the streams of income, ilan doon yung pera nag-work for us. And that is our goal. At the end of the day, we have money working for us. I love your question, Elsan, and we will answer that later. All right? So if you don't mind, you can write it down in our Q&A box para hindi yan matabunan. All right? Now, I have a question for you guys. In summary, pwede ito i-screenshot, Pwede ito i-screenshot tapos use this as a conversation starter with your loved one. Meron ulit tayong poll, and let's take a feel of the room. Kung saan kayo pinaka nakaka-relate. Habit number 1, habit number 2, habit number 3, 4, or 5. Can we see your answers? Saan kayo nakaka-relate dyan? Ako, to be honest, guys, pinaka nakaka-relate ako dyan sa first one. Even I'm doing this, it's still a struggle to, sige, next month na ako mag-iipon ng ganito. Next month ko na i-save yung gantong goal ko. Alright? Okay, beautiful. Maybe, guys, come on, let's keep it coming. We have a poll. So, what habit do you relate the most? This is the first one, present pleasure first before financial security. Or number 2, chase money or chase value. You don't risk too much, or you risk too much, no? Take calculated risks. Keep one source of income, multiple streams, work for money, and money works for them. Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for answering. Okay? Okay. So halo-halo, no? So let's share the results. Right? So 38% yung first one, 2%, 13% sa second, 25% sa third, 4% sa 14, and 14% sa 4, and 11% sa 5. So first one and the third one, right? Maybe I won't dive in too much, but just a comment, right? Maybe we need to start small, right? Na ganito kasi, present pleasure first, financial security first. Baka kasi iniisip natin na parang kailangan ko kagad mag-save ng 5,000. Pero natatakot na hindi nyo kaya mag-save kagad ng 5,000 eh. Right? What's important again, guys, is the habit. Right? We start small. This month, let's say I save 1,000 pesos. Next month, I save 2,000. The following month, I save 3,000. Or what you can do, this quarter, the first 3 months, at least save ko. The next 3 months, tataasan ko. Baby steps. Give yourself small wins. Right? The third one, don't want to risk too much. Right? I don't know what it means to take calculated risks. Right? Again, it's the habit. Right? Start small. You don't need to risk 10,000 pesos. You don't need to risk 100,000 pesos. Here in COL, we teach you how to do risk management. Okay? Na parang, okay, I have a 100,000 portfolio. Paano ko i-risk yung 10,000 lang to? We also do that for you as well. Let your money work for you through investing. Earlier, I showed you so many, dami kong sinabi, but for this session, we're going to be focusing about the stock market. So just a brief description of what is the stock market for those who do not know what the stock market is. So basically, stocks is yung share ng kumpanya. So for example, lagi ko favorite ko ang Jollibee. Nagbabayad ako ng Meralco. Mahilig ako pumunta sa SM. No? Since lagi ako bibili sa Jollibee, and nakikita ko laging puno sa Jollibee. Daming tao pag lunch, daming tao pag dinner, puno lagi. Pila yung counter. Second is Meralco. Lagi ako nagbabayad ng Meralco every month. Tapos minsan tumataas pa nga kahit same naman yung gamit ko. Pumapasok pa nga ako sa office pero ganun pa rin. Third one is SM. Lagi ako nagbabonding with my family during the weekends. Tapos nakikita ko, grabe ang hirap ng parking sa SM. Right? So if you want to invest, you see that their businesses are earning, right? And you want to invest in them, right? These companies are public traded companies. You can do that via the stock market, right? It's a piece of company, 10,000, for example, if the company has 10,000 shares, let's say you invest, if you want to buy 1,000 shares, so that means 10% stake yun. So I want to ask you guys, what would best describe your investing journey? Para later sa questions, ma-address natin yung mga tanong. So we're gonna have another poll and sagutin nyo lang. Right? What would best describe your investing journey? The first one is, I have no idea what the stock market is. Para lang we get a grasp and really aid you towards it. I heard about the stock market, but I'm not investing yet. So I want to get started. Right? Kasi narinig ko na siya eh. Parang there's an opportunity there. And I wanna, take advantage of that opportunity. The third one is already investing in different assets, but not yet in the stock market. Maybe you're already investing in real estate. Maybe you're already investing in, you already have your healthcare, right? Maybe you're already investing in bonds, but you want to invest in the stock market. The fourth one is already investing in the stock market, but I still need to learn more. So hopefully with our mindsets, you already learned something, right? So beautiful. Thank you guys for answering. So 11% answered the first one, 40% answered the second one, 14% answered the third one, and 34% answered the fourth one. And I will share to you something that hopefully would get you excited in your financial journey later, okay? Before we end. Let's get moving. So there's two ways that you can make money in the stock market, right? So the first one is price appreciation, and the second one is dividends. So what do we mean by this, right? Just to simply understand, price appreciation is since you know that the company is earning money, right? And each year nagtataas naman yung presyo, right? And then in reality, dapat tumataas yung stock price. So if you invest in 1 peso, right? Tapos next year, 2 pesos na yung presyo ng stock na yon, kumita ka ng 1 peso per share. No? So that's already times 2 your money. Right? So that's what we call price appreciation. Dividends, on the other hand, think about this, no? There's a formal definition of what dividends are, but I want you just to, so that you can remember, pag tinanong sa'yo, pare, ano ba yung dividends? Ano lang yan? Dividends are basically shared earnings of the company to the investors. Right? Bakit bakit nagbibigay ng dividends, no? It's because, it's like, may mga investors ka eh. Di ba? Pinagkatiwala nila yung pera sa'yo. So, as a token of gratitude, right? They give you dividends. They share to you the earnings. They share to you the profits of the company. Na, it's up to you. It's up to you, investor, if you want to reinvest it or if you want to, take it for yourself. But what we say na, you really need to reinvest your dividends para compounding ka. Again, price appreciation is the increase of price, is the increase of value of your portfolio. And the second one is dividends, which is just basically shared profit or shared earnings of the company given to the investor. So what we really want are stocks that, still has that price appreciation and they give out consistent dividends para may nakuha pa rin tayo. Para tong ganito guys. So, when you own apartment, when you own real estate, right? Let's say nag-rent ka, di ba? Nag-rent ka 2010, yung value ng bahay mo is 1 million, tapos nag-rent ka ng let's say 10,000 per month noong 2010. And then fast forward 10 years after, yung rent mo is 15,000 per month. But yung value ng bahay mo, let's say nagpatayo ng mall katabi ng bahay mo, mag-i-increase ng value. That is what we call price appreciation. Right? So thank you so much. Okay? So share results. Okay. Next one. So how should I invest? So this one, ito yung mga realistic natin. Ito yung mga realistic tips natin on how you get started. So 3 things. Number 1 is you invest for the long term. So how long term is long term? So here in COL, we have different webinars that could help you determine kung ano ba yung mga investment goals nyo. Right? Because in each investment goals, there has a different approach. Parang when you're losing weight, di ba? Or let's say, hindi losing weight, when you have a fitness goal. Let's say your fitness goal, my fitness goal is to have a leaner body, is to become stronger. Meron namang iba, fitness goal nila, pumayat. Yung iba naman, yung fitness goal nila, tumaba. So there are different approaches, and that's the same thing with investing. That is why it's important to know you're investing what your financial goal is. So that's why we need to determine your long-term goal. So yung discipline dito is to invest for the long term. Why? Bakit? Write this down. The reason why you're investing for the long term is so that you would be protected from short-term volatility. Again, let me repeat. The reason why you invest for the long term is so that you can be protected from short-term volatility. Okay? Next one, number 2, invest in several good quality companies. When you take a look at the Philippine Stock Exchange, when you open your COL account, you take a look at the companies that you can invest in, you're going to see more than 300 companies, right? But here in COL, especially if you're starting out, what we really recommend is you just focus on the top 30 companies or the PSEI, right? The top 30 companies, because these are the good quality companies. And when you're in COL, when you have your COL account, may mga research naman doon that you can see na parang ito pala yung mga recommendations nila. And there's the reason why. Because of good earnings, ito yung nangyayari sa economy, they're going to benefit from this and that and that and that. Right? So the reason why we want to invest in several good quality companies is because this is investing for the long term. Like my mentor said, Pael, if you're investing for the long term, very simple. Ask yourself, if you're going to invest in that company and that for you is a long-term investment, after 30 years, ask yourself, andyan pa ba yung kumpanya na yon? Very simple. Right? A very simple investment principle. But majority of investors, the reason why they lose money is because they speculate. Right? Ay, hindi. Itong company XYZ na to, ito yung magiging next ganito-ganyang company. Wala namang earnings. Di ba? Wala namang kinikita. Puro, it's going to be the next. Right? But if you're investing for the long term, you want to be protected, invest in several good quality companies. And the third one is you need to invest regularly. Why? Because the reason why we invest regularly is so that we can cost average on discounted prices. Sino dito yung mahilig sa sale? Sino dito yung mga nag-iipon talaga para sa sale or yung nag-iipon para sa mga Christmas sale, 'di ba? Yung hindi sila yung mahilig sila mag-shopping pero hindi sila bumibili pag hindi sale. Meron ba dito? Ako ganun ako na parang ayoko bumili. Sale, ganyan. 'Di ba? Because you wanna get the most for your buck, right? It's the same thing in the stock market, right? When we invest, we don't want to invest when the company is overvalued. We want to invest when the companies are undervalued. That's why we need to invest regularly. Right? Parang tayo, right? We regularly check for sales so that we can save our money, right? For the things that we need. Right? The same thing in the stock market. We need to invest regularly so that we can buy companies at a discount. So that when the prices go up, we have more shares that price appreciated and we have more dividend payouts because we've accumulated all those shares. Right? Pero, going back to sales, no? Sabi nga nung boss ko, sabi nung mentor ko, talaga bang bawal, let's say, bumili ka ng, let's say tong glasses na to. Hindi kita. Yan, or ito na lang, yung cup na yan, no? Yung cup na yan. Let's say ito, worth 1,000 pesos pero naka-discount, no? 50%. 500 pesos na lang. 500 pesos. Let's say 1,000 pesos to pero 500 pesos nag-sale. Uy, 500 pesos na. 500 pesos na lang. 50% discount. Bilhin ko na yan. Pero, pag nakita mo yung bahay ko, meron pa pala akong 3 ganito. So, did I really save 500 pesos? Or did I just waste another 500 pesos? That's a food for thought for you guys. Right? So, yan. Okay? Let me give you an example. The reason why you invest for the long term is this chart over here. This one is for 2000, right? 2000 to 2023. If you invested 10,000, your 10,000 would be 30,000. That's after 23 years. Okay? This is just price appreciation alone. Wala pa dito guys yung mga dividends. Wala pa yung pag ni-reinvest mo yung dividends mo. Of course, that would also gain more. Kasi dividends are already parang sure earnings yan eh. Right? Hindi na yan affected ng volatility. If you don't reinvest it, it's basically cash na. Diba? So imagine, 23 years. Dividends, guys, I want you to think about this, ha? The reason why we like dividends is because we're making our money work for us. It's basically the reason why we want that. It's giving us yield, right? It's giving us payouts. And we want payouts na because andyan lang siya. Oh, andyan ka, I want you to earn me dividends. Beautiful, diba? So if you invested 1 million back then, it would be 3 million now. So imagine if you still have, let's say, yung 3 million mo ngayon is giving you 10% dividends, diba? Kasi let's say that's the real yield in dividends. So let's say 10%, no? 3 million. So every year, meron kang 300,000 pesos, no? Pangbayad ng mga basic utilities mo. Goods na goods ka na, diba? Number 2 is invest in several good quality companies. So for example, right, meron tayong different sectors. You have a property sector, financial sector, industrial services, and holdings. So here in COL, we have recommendations na sa property sector, ganito, sa financial, ganito, service, ganito. But if you take a look here, all of these things, you know what it is, right? Or majority at least, you know what it is. Alam mo yung BDO, di ba? Alam mo yung Meralco. Alam mo yung Globe. Alam mo yung Wilcon. Right? Alam mo yung San Miguel. Di ba? So, we invest in these companies because these companies have what we call a track record. They have data, they have the management, they have the structure, they have the system that would make them a sustainable company that we could invest for in the long term. For the long term. Right? Third is invest regularly. Kanina, I mentioned Starbucks, 200 pesos. And I know people who buy Starbucks every single day. Right? So, I'm not to hate Starbucks, but you know how much sugar the basic Starbucks cup has because of their syrups, right? If you're ordering that, tapos you factor in the milk, the sugar there. So unhealthy na nga siya, nalugi ka pa or gumastos ka pa, right? So there are better alternatives or there are better use of our money, right? Now imaginein mo, That 200 pesos, if you save that every single day, that's already 6,000 pesos that you could invest per month. Yeah? Oh, thank you, Chona, for saying 1 cup of Starbucks is 380 calories if you factor in the syrup and if you factor in the sugar, right? The syrup, the sugar, and the milk. And you can get, if you're just looking for caffeine, you could, you can buy yung mga usual na black coffee, right? So invest regularly. Na yung sana yung take a look. Na parang okay, if I'm always spending on Shopee, Lazada, natatambak lang naman sa bahay, baka pwede ko pang invest na lang yon. And let me tell you this. What you can do is you can do a finance audit. You can check a life audit. Take a look at your budget. Saan ba na siya napupunta? Make adjustments. Ay, teka, parang dito lang ako dito yung gastos ko. Baka pwede ko naman bawasan. Baka instead of nag-eat out ako every single day sa office, baka pwede isang day doon magbaon ako para makatipid ako. Tapos yung matipid ko doon, pwede ko invest. Right? Or yung natipid ko dito, pwede ko invest sa isang seminar, sa isang negosyo. Right? Because you need to make room, you need to have resources so that you can reinvest it in yourself. Right? Ito sabi, McDo, para mura, pwede pa i-refill. Oo, yung large, yung large coffee sa McDo. Pag ganun, pwede. Invest in coffee maker and make coffee at home. Perfect. Right? That's what I do. Diba? Yung mga instant para mabilis. Tapos black coffee lang. No need for sugar. Okay na yun. Diba? There's the power of compounding, guys. I want you to take a look at this photo and screenshot if you want. The growth of 50,000 pesos invested in the stock market with a 9.6 average return per year. So there's the 9.6 is the average ever since we had the stock market here in the Philippines. Your 50K lang to hindi to yung ni-reinvest mo pa. Ay, hindi to yung nagda-dollar, hindi kayo nagpeso cost average. 50K lang to. Right? 50K, 30 years, it's almost 6 times your money. Right? Number of years. So past performance does not guarantee. This is what we call compounding interest. Sabi nga nila, right? The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The other best time to plant the tree is now. Right? Ganun ng pagtatanim di ba? Na you just plant one seed, 5 years from now, magkakabunga, pero isa or dalawa lang, di ba? But after another 10 years, another 5 years, it's going to give you a big, big harvest that you can share with other people. Right? What and do this? Ang hirap naman. Di ba? Hirap naman mag-invest. Dami. Kailangan ko ganito, ganyan. At the same time, ang hirap rin maging mahirap. Right? You just need to choose. Huwag ka lang maging mahirap. Right? The small steps and habits you start adopting can improve your situation. So, this is what we do here in COL, right? We're 24 years of helping people. We're trusted over 500,000 clients, over 100 billion pesos in customer assets. We're a public listed company in the stock market. We also have stocks and funds. And this is what we do because we have this mission that every Filipino deserves to be rich. Do you also believe in that every Filipino deserves to be rich? Naniniwala ba kayo doon? Right? Do you believe in that? Thank you. Thank you so much. So, moving forward, I'm going to introduce to you Irika. Irika is our digital sales supervisor. So, if you want to get started, here are your
All right. Thank you so much, Pael, for the introduction. And thank you everyone again for making it here. Now, I'm seeing a lot of questions about account opening. And I think definitely excited sila magbukas ng account to start investing, especially with the very meaningful talk that you gave. No, it's very simple lang, pero it's a lot of things to think about. Even if you're starting out or even if you've been working for so long now, it's still something that's so very much relevant to all of us in terms of how we manage our finances. So, how to open a COL account? Napakadali lang po. Alright, 3 easy steps. First one is you ready your requirements. So all you need basically is a Philippine bank account. and of course a valid ID, particularly a valid ID with your photo and signature. So something like your driver's license or UMID or anything of the sort, or PRC ID, I believe my signature din yan. You could use that as part of your requirements and just apply online. We have the link as well later. So step 2, after that, once ready na lahat ng requirements mo, you just have to sign up and submit online. Digital na po tayo, so no need to visit the COL office to apply for an account. And after that, once you've submitted your application, all you need to do is fund your COL account. So napakadali lang po. All right. So for those who are interested, just please go to this link. So it's bit.ly COL sign up 51. That's bit.ly COL sign up 51. Feel free to take a screenshot, or moderator, please feel free to share sa ating audience yung link na to for those who are interested in opening an account. All right. So, ayan, we have so many flexible options for any budget. Kagaya sa sabi ni Pael, no, it's not how big ka mag-start when it comes to investing. The most important part really is maging consistent tayo. And here sa COL, we don't discriminate. Kung may 1 million ka, you're very much welcome to invest with us. But if you only have to start with 1,000 pesos or 10,000 pesos or 25,000 pesos, you are very much welcome to open a COL account. Here are all the features listed. Feel free to read na lang. Let's go back po muna. All right, feel free to read muna. Pero I just like to have a takeaway here na even if you are a starter or just a plus account, hindi po kayo maiiwan in terms of guidance. We have our research team providing regular stock recommendations or stock tips or guidance for you para you can make wise investment decisions. Ayan. So next slide, please. All right. So once na-fund natin yung account natin, you can then now go to www.colfinancial.com and log in to your account to start investing. So, di ba, napakadali lang po. All right. So, next slide. I'd just like to take this time to invite everyone here because we do a lot of free, again, we don't discriminate here sa COL Financial. If you just want to learn, kahit hindi ka pa talaga ready this month, baka next month or maybe next year ready ka na and you just want to learn, feel free to attend any of our learning sessions this September 2023. So we have a stock market Q&A. So if you want to learn the ins and outs or the basics of the market, we have one next week. That's September 19. You can feel free to register sa aming events page. After that, if you want to learn more about how to pick the right stock, or I've seen people here in the chat box na, oh, I'm retiring na, pwede pa ba ako mag-invest, or okay pa ba mag-invest sa mutual fund? You could also check out fund investing for your life goal. So that can help you determine what type of mutual fund to invest in based sa mga gusto mong ma-achieve. Are you saving up for a car? Are you saving for retirement? Are you saving for your children's education? There are mutual funds that can help you with that. And last, but I think definitely not the least, passive income. Let's go back through dividend investing. I think maigting ngayon yung dividend investing because we are looking, especially with what's happening in the economy, no? Madaming syempre kailangan pag-ipunan. And one of the ways that we could easily deploy our money is through dividend investing. So very timely talaga yung topic na yun. So please do register at our website. That's www.colfinancial.com. And thank you for that. I'd like to hand it back to Pael to have our Q&A session. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica.